To be totally candid with you, I became so desensitized to Source 2 rumors regarding CSGO for the past half decade that, combined with my absence from the YouTube scene in general, I really didn't have any faith or hype that we would ever receive Counter-Strike 2, at least anytime soon. And then I wanted to make a video that contained everything you need to know about Counter-Strike 2 as we gear up for its full release this summer. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. My name is Braden, and welcome to Valve Guides. First things first, Counter-Strike 2 was announced with a few tweets and 3 videos demonstrating a surprisingly small amount of new content that packed a heavy punch. The videos quickly covered the new smoke mechanics, maps, and the tick rate overhaul. We'll be covering all of this info plus a plethora of other new information because not only was Counter-Strike 2 announced to release this summer, but a private limited test just went live hours after the initial announcement where players were invited to play a build of the game. The selection was based on a few factors, but kind of random. Surprisingly, not all major content creators were able to get in immediately. I guess Valve didn't want to play favorites in even the smallest capacity. Let's not get bogged down in those details though. What this means for us, so we have a whole lot more info than just the 3 videos Valve published showcasing only a couple new features. I'm gonna go over the big stuff, but stick around to the end where I will go through all of the crazy small and not so small changes that will come with CS2. This is going to be crazy. First, let's start with maps and creator support. Valve announced 3 map categories that CS2 will launch with.
First, there are touchstone maps. Classic maps with solid foundations that players can use to evaluate gameplay changes from CSGO to Counter-Strike 2. These have improvements to lighting and character read, but otherwise haven't been changed. Next, we have upgrades. These are maps that use new Source 2 lighting, including a physically based rendering system that produces realistic materials, lighting, and reflections. Overhauls. The oldest maps have been fully rebuilt from the ground up, leveraging all of the Source 2 tools and rendering features.
All in all, I feel like Valve is taking things at the perfect pace for a game like Counter-Strike, which has always been a slower and more methodical FPS than other games on the market. We'll be able to play maps we all know and love like the back of our hands while we get a feel for the new gameplay mechanics. Then, we'll have a smooth transition to some of the new visual tech introduced by Source 2. Finally, we have been prepped for completely overhauled maps with all new geometry. I cannot think of a more eloquent way to evolve such an established game that could easily be hurt by harsh and sudden changes. In general, literally everything is brighter, cleaner, and more saturated. Everything has been modernized down to the water fountains with the auto bottle filler thing. I expect, like CSGO, we will see a decent amount of tinkering with the visuals of CS2 over time, and Valve has positioned themselves to be able to do this with the astounding flexibility of the Source 2 engine. Valve will not be the only ones enjoying that powerful flexibility, however.
These tools will be available for community map makers to make it easier to build, experiment, and iterate.
Map making tools with Source 2 will be available to the workshop community for free, allowing anybody to create whatever they may like in CS2. These tools will bring an already incredible custom map community to an entirely new level, making complicated functions easier and more accessible. It's safe to say that we're going to see some incredible community content in the coming months. Gameplay and mechanics. Let's address the 128 elephants in the room. Tick rate.
We're introducing sub-tick updates. Now the tick rate no longer matters for moving and shooting, so the server will know the exact moment you fired your shot, jumped your jump, or peeked your peek, and the server will calculate your precise actions between ticks. So what you see is what you get.
Now, not that I'm an expert, and I really couldn't confidently tell you how great sub-tick rate inputs will be. My best understanding is that it will likely be a great improvement and that we'll be getting 128 tick servers on top of the sub-tick rate inputs, but sub-tick rate is not necessarily the end-all be-all best solution that could have been implemented. Again, that's just my best understanding. This is likely going to be a time will tell type issue. We'll just have to see. I myself am optimistic that if things aren't perfect immediately, they will dramatically improve over time to be significantly better than what we currently have. The other surprisingly big feature that Valve chose to showcase was smokes.
Smoke grenades now create volumetric 3D objects that live in the world. Now, not only do all players see the same smoke regardless of position, but the smoke can interact with the environment in interesting ways. It reacts to lighting, grows to fill spaces naturally. The shape of the smoke cloud can be pushed and carved by bullets. and grenades.
At the end of the day, I think the bottom line is this feature is a nerf for smokes and a buff to grenades. On paper, that could be controversial, but I do think this can introduce a whole array of changes to the meta of the game in an exciting but not too overwhelming way. Server side, everyone sees the same smoke. Smokes have temporary dissipation from grenade explosions and bullets, and this will definitely make retakes and defusing significantly harder, which could definitely be an issue, but as I've said previously, I would be surprised if Valve didn't tinker a bit with this mechanic over time. With the big stuff out of the way, let's jump into some rapid fire changes coming to CS2. CS2 will be a free upgrade from CSGO, which means we may see CSGO removed from the Steam store altogether. CSGO skins will carry over into CS2, thus preventing World War III. Op shots now have visible tracing smoke effects attached to them. After nearly 10 years, the safety catch on the M4A1S is on auto rather than safe. If a player leaves a game in CS2, their name will remain on the scoreboard. Loof27 on Reddit found quite an entertaining bug when messing around with old CSGO jump throw binds. You can see your own body and legs. Molotov impact and burn animations have been completely overhauled. The bomb has an updated model. Muzzle flashes are gorgeous now. Mod support is unconfirmed but seems very likely. CS2 is only available on Windows as of now. No Mac or Linux support, although I see Linux support as likely based on the Steam Deck and Valve consoles. You can have your crosshair follow your recoil. It's weird. Utility previews allow you to see the exact arch and impact point of your grenades. Updated view model settings allow you to change the position of your gun on screen very precisely. 4x3 works the same and is unaffected.
I played 4x3 on stretched. It was fine. It was all good. It works fine. It feels the same.
And finally, lastly, and most importantly, here's a direct comparison of the old and new flash animations. Look closely. That was a lot for me, still trying to get back into things, but that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Certainly enjoyed making it. I've missed y'all. I stopped making YouTube videos properly back in 2019 in order to focus on my physical and mental health and then getting married. Time has flown, but the itch to come back has never gone away. I even went as far as selling my gaming PC, my 3 monitors, my nice microphone setup, my soundboard, everything to solidify my step towards a different career path. I dabbled in a few new videos last year to see if it would stick, and it just didn't feel right. And then Counter-Strike 2. Within hours of the announcement, I had ordered a new PC and gear in order to dive headfirst back into Valve Guides, as well as my personal channel that I will be starting up again this week. The decision was made quickly, but not lightly. I am here and excited to be back on the Counter-Strike roller coaster with you all. If you liked the video, make sure to subscribe and click the like button as well as the bell icon to know when we've uploaded a new video. Follow me on Twitter @BradenUG and subscribe to my personal channel where I will be uploading and live streaming again with the link in the description below. My name is Braden. This was Valve Guides. I'll see you next time. Stay amazing.